Hey y'all, it's Kealyn coming at you with a new moon message. And yes, my nose is a little bit stuffy. The universe put me in a position to slow my energies, to pause my energies, and to let things catch up with me. And so that's what's going on here. It ain't no thing. Oh, I have to hold on. I forgot a very important thing to plug in my computer as we plug in together. Yes. So, the fairies really wanted to speak. Both of the fairy decks that I have, the Fairy Oracle by Lucy Cavendish and Selena Fenech, along with the Fairy Tarot by Dorian Virtue and Rodney Valentine. And if you would like a personal reading with me, you can always... Oh, let's light the candle, shall we? Yeah, can you tell how prepared I am? I as soon as I felt the decks, I wanted to get started immediately. So I did. And it's not like you seeing me light a match and bend down a few times is gonna hurt anything, right? Alright, so, if you would like a personal reading with me, just pay me $1 a minute. It's $1 a minute, and you can buy my time however you like. So, if you want a real quick message, and you can't afford jack shit at this point in time, honey, I get you, I feel you. You know, send me $1, you'll get a card and a little quickie message online, all right? And then if you would like to become a monthly supporter on Patreon and receive monthly exchanges with gifts in return, that information will be down below as well. And you can join me on Facebook and Instagram for daily guard pulls. Okay, so that was significant, daily card pulls, but it's more about guarding your energy. All right, so I'm feeling like so many people's guardian angels come in right now, and really the way I channel, the way that they will be using me as a channel is to help you guard yourself against the world, other people, all right? Learning how to create your own little safe bubble and to create your universe that happens all internally and quietly. Yeah, I'm here to help you guard yourself in this world. Cool. All right, I keep seeing the star spread, but I don't want the star spread, right? Okay, no, we're doing both. Okay, we're going to be doing a star spread with the Fairy Oracle, and then with the Fairy Tarot, I want to do a 9-card spread, or some kind of spread. We'll see. We'll see. What does this new moon have to bring us? Really good things, y'all. All right, so we have the overall tone being glimpse, indigo children, crystal children, indigo, rainbow, crystal children, and beyond. I'm an indigo child. We're experiencing a wave of indigo children. Not to say that crystal and rainbow children aren't mixed in, but it's not their time yet. There's not going to be a huge burst of them yet. We are kind of living through a prophecy at this point in time, and there's like 144,000 light workers, born insurgents, and then there's 144 chakras all over the body, and so like 144 is a message of calibrating to learn your ways, to allow shifts in yourself, to allow shifts in the world, to become a spiritual light worker. All right, so this new moon, it's kind of like shaking up the world a little bit, and I hear bells, so it's like jingling sleigh bells at Christmas time, and it's just like, wake up, wake up. And so many of us are like, ooh, what is that loveliness? What is that sound? What is this disturbance in the force? That's actually getting me more in touch with my true divine self. That's what this new moon feels like, all right? And then we have the unicorn and the maiden. Communication with unicorn, purification, undercover action. So for the next 2 weeks, it's important that you do the work to cleanse yourself. It's important that you do the work to strengthen your bond with the invisible fairy realm, where you communicate with your angels, that soul speak. That's what I'm talking about with that internal world, all right? And how the Instagram dailies can help you guard so that you can live more in this world, okay? And communication with your ethereal beings comes as commonplace as saying hello to the person making your coffee in the morning. You know, like their presence is always there to help us with that purification process. At least, seriously, halfway till the full moon is going to be a lot of that communication work, that purification work to better communicate with the spiritual realm. To help us with that, we have Barnabas and the Prince, Adventures, Discovery, Travel, Meeting Destiny. And the number is 11, which is, it's a very karmic number. It's a twin flame number. It's a unity number. And while also recognizing that 1 and 1 equal 2, but side by side, not suddenly entwined, right? That becomes its own number, which is no longer 11. So anyway, progress and bold steps, one step at a time, but I am sensing rapid succession. So like it may be one step at a time, but these steps are like, okay, step, 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 step. But we still have to take them one at a time. It's, we may be feeling a little bit more satisfaction in terms of 3D movement, okay, in terms of receptivity, in terms of co-creation. It's like we had that pause a little bit, that storm a brewing, and now the storm is kind of clearing. It's clearing up a little bit with this new moon. Lots of renewed energy, refreshed energy, cleansed energy. Most of us are going to feel like cleaned and washed off from this storm. Some of you are going to feel like choking up, like like I just breathed in some water there. That was not pleasant. I am soaked to the bone. I'm drenched. And then a very small percentage of you are going to feel like you just escaped drowning, all right? In either case, you needed this experience to help you meet your destiny, all right? And that's what's going to, that's the overlying energy of this underlying purification, all right? Dark moon is our strength, maturation, growing up, introspection, know thyself. This is being comfortable with your shadow self. This is letting your shadow self help you confront that which you are running away from. And we all kind of are running away from something. Oh, on an energetic level, you know, it's especially humanity as a whole. Hello, masculines. Hello, those who fell victim and then reinforced toxic masculinity. We talking to you, right? It's that self-recognition to help with change, right? And this is all change for the better, and I'm sensing that everyone is ready for this. We are ready for this. Then your ego has to undergo, you know, some changes, some new experiences. That's the whole point. It's a whole new training. We've leveled up and we know ourselves more, and now we can apply ourselves more. And this is to go on for 3 moons until another shift happens in soul evolution. All right, so I'm going to write down these dates. I'm going to remember I said that, and we're going to see what happens in 3 moons times. All right, so knowing yourself is your strength, and getting in and being in touch with the shadow part of yourself to confront things you want to leave in the shadow, right? It's like, no, don't run away from that. Learn from that, unlearn, like, okay, that was an experience. You needed that in your psyche bank, but hold on, you don't have to run away from your shadow self. That is the only self that will be able to confront these things you've been running away from, okay? So, awesome. Further internal struggle, we have gatekeeper, fairy time shifts, and dimensional slips. And the only reason why this is a bit of an internal struggle, it's not really a struggle. It's not. Can I get, that's just like the designated sector of the star spread, but can I get a more specified, more custom label category for this, please? Evolution. Okay, cool. So evolution, gatekeeper, fairy time shifts, dimensional slips, taking control of ourselves and becoming not just a gatekeeper, but a portal creator. All right. Whoa, this is a magical time with this new moon where we can actually, we're stepping through a portal. We're going from one sense of belief of ourselves into another. And then through walking through that portal, it's a whole new landscape. It's a whole new vibration. It's a whole new frequency of existence. And then so much of our free will is like, oh, wow, so we're creating portals with how we react to walking through this portal, right? It's like as soon as we walk through, our free will creates destiny, okay? So there is no destiny, only, I can't even say it, only free will at this point in time. And honestly, like, I think that's kind of what destiny is. It's just you catching up to your free will's co-manifestation of time. Time slips, right? We write the future, yes we do, yes we do. We write it. So, what do you want to write? All right, and especially today's energy on the Instagram was really cool because it was all about cleansing away and being responsible for it. Here, you know what? I'm just gonna read it because I was gonna recite it and then they wiped it clean, and I think it's just because for those of you who don't follow, it's just a channeled message from me to you anyway. So the card was Release Your Ex from the romance deck of all things. I hadn't pulled a romance card for the general public ever, so I was very surprised. But the time has come to clear your energy. That's what it was. That's what it was about. And the only thing tied to romance was X. And X can apply to your past. The thing that is no longer in existence. All right? The romance deck was calling me. Beyond romance, yet also attached to it, this card begs of us to wash away our residual impacts of the past. Any shell shock, PTSD, expectations, set precedences, we have got to let go of. It's time to energetically cleanse and activate ourselves. And right then I felt like sacral and root chakra, or like right in between. Stop letting the past have a limiting hold on our present and become fresh and new to what life has to offer. Make an internal decision to detach from the past and you will become a new person. Meditations are highly suggested, but not necessary. Let's get to cleansing, babies. What we seek is seeking us, but we gotta clean up real nice before we meet it, lest we be so covered in filth we don't feel true enough as ourselves to rise to the occasion. All right, and that's kind of what this card is led into. Okay, and we are skipping over and going into the overall outcome with the new moon, which is one of my favorite cards in the deck. I'd say it's my third favorite. Midnight Prince. Ask for what you want. Be honest with yourself. Because that's who the universe listens to. The conversation you have with yourself is what the universe will reflect. So, this conversation with this version of ourselves, truer than we've ever been, y'all. Truer than we've ever been. And we're going to clean up to meet our destiny. To meet what we really want and to meet our destiny. Woo-wee! All right. Sorry if that was too loud on my computer. I don't care. That was real good. That was real good. Okay. I'm just going to tuck these away here in case I need them for another reading. Going to take a sip. All right. So let's see what the Fairy Tarot wants to shed on the matter. I'm having like a conversation in my head about what spread to do. Hold on. We are doing the star spread. And it is sitting on top of this spread. Apparently I was trying to rewrite it in a way that was egotistical. Apparently I was hoping for a more in-depth message. Bitch! Come on now. Woo! All right. All right, all right. 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 All right. So our current energetic state, Princess of Autumn, studious, responsible. I reverberated in my right ear. Cheerful, mischievous. I mean, you hear me talk about that capital R word all the time. Responsibility. Happy news about your career, promotions, or scholarships. Well thought out plans that go perfectly, needing a little push to get going, and that's what this new moon's about. It's a fire under our butt with our true selves and our desire. Okay. So get to learning, but learn by doing. Learn by doing. That is the truest form of learning. Children do not learn by what you tell them all the time. Most of the time, you'll find that that's completely, they rebel against the spoken word, right? So it's all about what they observe. That's the true thing, especially in your formative years. Okay, so learning by doing, it's a trailblaze for learning by observation. Because those of us who are ready for this uncharted territory, we're going to be setting a new trail for others to observe by. It's like the original magic, you know, like that's why I don't really get into structure a lot, because that's just record keeping of people in the moment and in the magic, and providing structure, learning by doing. Right? And so by following, and this is how I feel with religion as well, you know, other than listening to the prophets who all basically say, like, love each other, be respectful, do no harm, take no shit. Do no harm and take no shit. That is literally like the rule of love. The law of love. Yeah. But learning by doing, okay, is there anything else here? No? Learn by doing, trailblazing? Okay. So that's what this new moon has to bring us. Our struggle with this new moon is balance. Take everyone's input into consideration, merge viewpoints to create a better solution. Take your time. There's no need to rush, all right? Especially with that that 2-week marker. That 2-week marker with that purification. Yeah. So there really is there's no rush, but it is time to, you know, cultivate in your intellect what's happening. And it's all really, really good. It's all really, really good. We're not reviewing the past with a negative lens anymore. We're not feeling guilty anymore. We've done a lot of work in that scope. Now is the time to add positive, objective perspective. And instead of asking yourself, like, well, what if it doesn't work out? What if they don't like me? What if my job does fire me? Blah, 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 blah. Instead, we're asking ourselves different questions of like, oh my God, but what if they like love the same things I do? What if our bond is like really, really deep? What if I do get my dream job? What if money just does naturally come? And we're like, boop. And you can also see this bubble of truth as your angel's perspective, as your ethereal spiritual team's perspective of how everything really does co-manifest and click into place easily, effortlessly, you know, take their viewpoint into consideration as well. And there's no need to rush because we are purifying to be able to better communicate on their level about what's happening on our level so that we understand our level all the more. To help us with that, we have the sun. Plans that work out perfectly, amazing ideas that lead to rewards and commendations, gratitudes for the blessings in life. And I love the sunflowers. This is the happiest card. And did you know that dandelions are in the sunflower family? They are not weeds. They are the ponies. They are the miniatures of sunflowers. And they turn into the moon and fly off. Oh, I love dandelions. I really do. Anyway, so the sun is all about happiness, joy, positive thinking, all right? The true innocent essence of love with life. Okay, letting your heart sing, letting your solar plexus sing, letting yourself feeling magnificent, feeling elated, feeling expanded, feeling powerful, feeling bright. All right, that's what's going to help us achieve this balance of other people's perspectives. And we also may be very concerned about what other people think of us. And you know what? That new moon energy is kind of like shifting. It's like, no, it's the vision I'm getting is like you're at the eye doctor, the optometrist, and they kind of like switch the lens from one to the other, and it's a totally different world. You're still you. You're still sitting there, but it's just the lens shifts over what you see. Okay? Gratitude for the blessings in life, absolutely. But with that other person's perspective of ourselves, it's that training of thought of like, oh my God, I was so horrible, or they were so horrible, or, you know, it's letting go of that. And it's like, oh my God, wait, no, they could be totally not what I expect. They could be this. I'm just thinking of what they could be. Are they here right now? Not for the message that I'm receiving. It's not that kind of that judgment or a misunderstanding between friends. You know, if you find yourself judging, if you find yourself playing the blame game, like stop those thoughts in your tracks, turn it the fuck around and look at emotional literacy on both sides and just see where they're coming from. That's also take everyone's input into perspective. It can also talk about people around you. All right. So Queen of Winter is our strength. And it fits so well with that dark moon, the maturation. Let go of people or things that no longer serve you. Now is the time to focus on your career, unmarried or divorced individuals. Okay. So, all right. Even if you are connected, if you're attached, even if you live in the same house with somebody, now is the time to really, really dive inward. It is time to tweak your individual perspectives. So if you're waiting on love, heavy work is being done to get you there. Whew! I literally felt like a combination lock on, like, in between that solar plexus and sacral chakra, and it like clicked, and then it went up into the solar, and then it clicked, and then the energy just went up and tingled all over my head. It was absolutely lovely. So going deep down within to those lower frequency chakras, those divine sense of self, the grounded chakras, the chakras that allow for perception of physical form, which therefore allows for divided nature, thinking that you're separate from other people. It's enjoying that. It's working with that rule of 3D reality consciousness and, you know, going like, oh, I can go deep within. I can be separated. I can be detached from others in all and any regard. It is just me experiencing this life. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of this life as well. Like, really, spirit is in all of us and they are this fragmented. In this state, that's kind of how you can think of God as well. I really, really do. They are within us all. We are experiencing God consciousness 3D level. Do you know how many other levels there are? There are so many other levels of being God consciousness. This one is smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller than what I was last used to. Caused a lot of frustration, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. This new moon got me good, y'all. I love this energy. All right, so, okay, nothing else to be said about that. Let's get into internal struggles, or as they said, evolution. Awakening. Excuse me, I'm gross at the moment. Change the way you're looking at the situation. Embrace your uniqueness. A temporary pause in the action. This is tied to that 2 weeks, and then another 2 weeks, and then another 2 weeks until that moon we were talking about, the moon in three moons time, something like that. Or you could just take it as one step at a time. Step, 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 step. Right? So one step at a time. Even though you may be sensing rapid change and therefore want the change rapidly, we have to experience it on the slow, linear 3D level. It's a sucky level of God consciousness to live on. God was like a toddler in God form and created hairless apes with anxiety. So, yeah. Letting the past catch up with you, and so that you can, like, finally sit with it and let it go. Just let it go, and then let it go. You don't go away from it. It leaves once you pay it due respect. Once you recognize that it's there, which is really all our demons ever want. It's like a child. They will cause problems, or a dog. They will cause problems if neglected. All right? So this is, and that 2 week and that step by step, it's like deal with your demons one at a time, but be willing to do the work to get there. It's good stuff. It's real good stuff. It's just, we had to become the people ready to elect and be happy about this kind of work. Okay? So no rush. Take it one step at a time to create those, time slips. All right? Prince of Summer is our overall outcome. And I love this card so very much because I love the message. And he's riding a dandelion. All right, so romantic, captivating, dramatic, and flirtatious. Falling in love suddenly. Being swept off your feet. The need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience. This is Knight of Cups, I want to say. Or Knight of Pentacles. Either way, okay. He is holding a heart made of diamond. Or so I perceive. I want you to be able to see that. Yes, do you see that? All right. So, pressure for diamonds. And we're shining up now. We're realizing our true capability, right? And some of us may be covered in that, have you seen a raw diamond? That's a cut diamond. They almost look like rocks, like stones. And so it's just like recognizing what we are underneath that shell. All right. And staying grounded during an emotional experience. Okay, so we are to make a wish, and that's the groundedness aspect about 3D linear time. The more grounded you are, the more okay you are with how time works. And how linear time needs your patience. All right? So making a wish, holding that love in your heart, and look at that full moon in the background. Oh my God. And again, I'm seeing twin flames here with the 2 full circles and the holding of the heart. All right? And the wish making, especially on the divine feminine aspect. If you are of that energy, just hold your ground. Ask for what you want. Be honest. Be true to ourselves. And the falling in love suddenly. If you are twin flames in separation, you are falling in love with this bond, and the divine feminines can take comfort in knowing that the divine masculine is also feeling this way, okay? Yes, divine femmes, it's okay for you to commit yourself to this bond because the divine masculine is starting to do the same in their heart. They're very much, the divine masculine is very much having a struggle with this pause energy to let the demons catch up with them so that they stop running away from themselves, so that they can acknowledge their demons, so that their demons can walk off on their own, so that they can truly let it go. All right. So, but they're your energy, your divine feminine energy, and excuse the language that's coming out, but this is the way it's being channeled. Your divine is a cause for that sort of allowance of being still and letting the demons catch up with them. Your energy allows for that. So the more comfortable you are, the more grounded you are, the more patient you are, the more you wish make. Ask for what, like these came out together, like the dandelions and the wishes, along with ask for what you want and be honest, like... All right, and divine masculines, if y'all are watching this, like, what is it you really want? Be honest. Be honest, and you know what it is, and you have to take the pain of even more separation from your divine counterpart as you handle your shit, because there's also that fear, right? There's that fear of your divine feminine or your divine counterpart just up and leaving. Just like, they have to fill their time too. What if I missed my chance? What if I missed it? You didn't. You can't if you're in a twin flame relationship because you're that bonded. All right? Especially if you two are committed to that, if you're falling in love with that. All right? But this is also about falling in love with life in the present moment. Right? The more you love your demons, the easier it is to let them go. The more you forgive yourself for hardening and making the demon become something that it's not. Demons are not demons in that essence, right? They are the child. They are the dog that is freaking out because they are being neglected. They are not a bad child or a bad dog or a bad demon. A bad shadow creature. You know, it really only becomes that way when you ignore them. They act out. That's your inner child. That's your past self. An echo of your past self trying to get your attention. I just had another idea for my Peter Pan book, which is brewing. I'm currently writing something different, but the Peter Pan is always there and always developing, and I can't wait to write it. Okay. Okay, so we talked about everything. I would like to pull a card from The Flower Therapy by Doreen Virtue and Robert Reeves. As a final message from Spirit to all of us with this divine new moon energy. Balanced friendship and cleanse your energy. You can't make it up. Cleanse your energy. It was a totally different card from a totally different deck talking about cleansing your energy, and I was wondering why I was choosing the romance for the Instagram earlier today and not the flower therapy, because I knew this deck was in there. Because here it is. Cleanse your energy, African Violet. When you release negativity, the answer to your question shines through. Cleanse your energy. Release residual impacts. Release expectations and precedents and PTSD of the past. Release it, release it, release it. Balanced friendships, all right? Your friendships works best when there's an equal share of giving and receiving. Gerber, African daisy, and I also like to see daisies as sunflowers as well. They actually very well, just by their structure and how they... But anyway, they might be in the same vein of family. Happiness is on the other side of our spiritual, emotional bath. Okay? And it's really not so much about the physical self. We know that now. There's like this innate understanding now, an incorporated understanding of how the world works and how physicality doesn't really matter. It's really all about our internal self and our progress and our perception and our receptivity and our giving, and it's all about us. It really, really is. So I'm sensing a lot of cord cutting. I'm sensing that a lot of you in the community. I'm too lone wolf as of right now to be in this experience. Never say never, because I do interact with people, but I don't have like close friendship bonds at this point in time, because I just moved, you know. But I am sensing like shift of friendship, finally leaving people behind who love to drag you down, finally seeing with this new moon energy what it's all about, how people interact with you, why they're interacting with you this way, how unhealthy it is. And you know what? Calling it like I see it, silently, probably. You know, you don't want to deal with a toxic whiplash, right? You don't want to give them any fuel because they're giving you this and you're being nice to them. Oh, hell no. Put up that block and do what you got to do and guard yourself and be able to leave certain energetic relationship dynamics. Okay, which will require you to leave people behind. Yes, I know you didn't want to hear that, whoever that resonates with. I know you did not want to hear that necessarily, but it's true. It's time to move on. It's time to make room in your life for other people who actually care, and you have to give yourself enough room to unfurl. Gerber daisies are not small, all right? They need their space. And so it's like you need enough room to unfurl yourself, and then with your wide face, look around who's nearby in good company. All right, so that's what I'm getting with that new moon energy as well. But we are all undergoing that cleanse your energy aspect, and we are all ready to do this work because we sense something good coming. We do on all levels. It doesn't matter what level of consciousness you're on, how much soul work you've done. Now is the time where we are going to receive a nice cookie or cookie crumb or big old piece of cake. There's something good coming. There's something real good coming. And it's yours to take. And to learn that it is yours to take. And to not feel guilty about taking it. And to take joy in taking it. And it's your birthright. It is your co-creation to take it. And it's okay if while you take it, you need to like, oh, let me empty my hands. Drop. Gimme. All right? All right. All right. Okay. I heard a question of romance. I did. I heard a question of romance from someone out there watching this video, and I have plenty of time, and I have plenty of decks. So let's get a look into what this new moon energy will bring for romance. Heart-to-heart conversations. Okay, I am sensing that a lot of people got on board with this message. So for the person who I asked, think about getting a personal reading, because I would love to address where that question is coming from on a more specific level. Okay. Maybe. We'll see. Ah! My Gemini messy self. Spreading shit around and not doing nothing about it. Okay. Heart-to-heart conversations, along with flirt, along with keep an open mind. All right, so honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So if you are single and feeling attached yet detached, you can always have a conversation with them in the 5D. All right, through your dreams, through your imagination, through astral projection, you can have conversations through sending out your feeling, right? Which is why letter writing and journal writing can be so beneficial, because it's like you're writing a letter to them, and your energy therefore reacts that way. It's the brain is a magnificent thing, and honestly, the scientific aftermath of talking about your goals, like your brain receives chemicals when you talk about your goals as if they had already achieved it on some level. So some of your motivation to achieve your goals goes away because there's a small degree of satisfaction coming in just by the idea. Just by sharing the idea. By sharing the idea, you make it more real. All right? So it's that kind of idea. By sharing that idea, you make it more real. So, if you are in the place to talk with somebody, like, and all you have to do is pick up the phone, if all you have to do is make that internal decision, you may decide you're not ready yet, but there are other ways to have a conversation, right? And then if you are feeling ready to have that conversation, hit pause, give it that 2 weeks, step by step. Not quite, not quite, not quite. All right, not quite. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other in the 5D. And if you are connected, honesty is the best policy always. But there is that degree of this internal world. You may, bubble of truth. If you're attached, if you're living together, if you have a good relationship or bad one, whatever the case may be, you may want to talk in ways that don't use words. You may want to teach by observation, teach by example. All right, words, did they work before? Will they work? Or will they fall on deaf ears? All right, so communicate effectively, whatever your case may be, how you're truly feeling. And then you can process those feelings, and then it's harder to see when you're in separation. But they will react accordingly. With free will. And honestly, it's harder for them to react accordingly in a more honest and true and accountable nature when they are nearby, because people don't like being wrong. They don't. It takes a very humble person, which there are more of every single day, thank goodness. But it takes very humble people to go like, oh, I see this. I recognize this of myself. And I could change. It takes a very big man to do that. It takes a divine masculine or feminine energy to do the soul speak. To do the soul speak communication. All right? And then we have flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. This is about keeping your energy lighthearted. hearted. If you are in separation, if you have a sour story between you, you can transmute that energy. You do not want to bring that sourness back in, do you? So by changing your frequency, by having that 5D conversation, what are you saying on a soul speak level? Flirt, get sexy with it, get, invited, be comfortable with it, and don't let the past ruin or taint it with its acidity, okay? And you have to be trusting when you get flirty, don't you? Because, flirting kind of leads to something else, which could lead to... It's an invitation to the ultimate union, essentially. So it does require a little bit of trust, which goes so hand in hand with the cleansing of energy, with that balanced friendships, all right? You gotta be fairly clean and fairly trusting, not only of yourself, but of them as well. All right, so it's shifting the vibration around that bond into a safe space. And then keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from usual type and expectation. Did we not talk about that earlier with the whole, wait, this person might be this way. This person might get along with me this way. This person might. Keep an open mind. Don't define what the other person is to you because of the past. We're shifting that frequency, and we are going to accept however they come in divine form. Lovely. Lovely. That was a great new moon reading. That was super great. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for having me. I love you for loving yourself. Rock on, babies. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.